Thank you for taking the time to interview with us. Could you please state your name and your position, please?
My name is Chipote Collins. I'm the Executive Director for National Heritage Conservation Commission, a statutory body entrusted with the responsibility of looking after heritage sites such as the Victoria Falls.
Okay, just to be precise, could you spell your name for us, please?
Collins, that's Collins. Chipote, Chipote.
Chipote.
Yes.
Mr. Chipote, before this place was named by the so-called discoverer, David Livingstone, as Victoria Falls, what was it called?
People in the local people around it used to call it Mozuotunya because of the smoke. Mozuotunya means the smoke that thunders.
Okay, that's perfect. Some people refer to this side, the Zambian side, as the uglier side of the two sides, being that there's a Zambian side and there's a Zimbabwean side. How would you say to those who feel compelled to pick a side, why should they pick the Zambian side?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the best part of the site, basically it is located in Zambia, because Zambia, the stretch of the falls is about 1.7 kilometers, and of the 1.7 kilometers, 1.2 is basically in Zambia, and I think we have improved our infrastructure. Visitor facilities, I think, have been improved, and all we can say is that people can come around here and then sample what we have.
Okay. The best could be very subjective for some people. Be very definite when you say best. What do you mean best?
One, when you talk of the rainbow, the rainbow is basically very prominent on the Zambian side, and especially if the entire curtain, the entire lip of the falls is covered in water, in Zambia you have the best viewing point. So really, on the Zambian side we have possibly the best falls, and in fact when you look at the geology of the falls, the best geological impression is basically found on the Zambian side.
Why should tourists put Zambia on their bucket list based on culture and heritage alone?
No, the beauty, the advantage which Zambia has basically is that we have about 73 languages or tribes, and all these 73 tribes or languages are so much united. You never hear of tribal or linguistic conflicts, and therefore Zambia basically marks as one of the most peaceful countries, and a country that has diverse in terms of cultural heritage. Why? Because of the number of ethnic groupings that we have around.
So, how about the religious makeup or demographic of the country? What is paint a picture of that?
We are about, I think the latest census, the population should be about 12, slightly above 12 million people, and most of the people are basically found located in town, urban areas. And the beauty is that most of our areas are basically pristine. Why? Because it hasn't been tempered so much. In fact, when you go to the east, south, or west, you find that the environment is so pristine, thereby making Zambia as one of the best countries when it comes to issues of environmental protection.
That's a major issue, sustainability and keeping the culture and heritage intact while you develop your tourism infrastructure.
For sure.
Talk about that challenge. How do you keep it pristine and then move forward with tourism?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very serious challenge, because you find that more often than not, environmental sustainability and development tend to conflict, because you have a situation where you want to develop, and sometimes for you to develop, you've got to break the ground, you've got to break the environment. So all we basically advocate for is sustainable use of some of our natural resources. Can you imagine a situation where the entire Victoria Falls is built up? It simply means that the naturalness of the site will be disturbed. It means that the entire area will be more like a a built-up environment. So
Right.
what we are saying is that
The organic
for sure.
experience.
Uh-huh.
It has to the organic experience from that of say a Mickey Mouse experience going to Disney World, Disneyland, has to be there has to be a definite and clear, precise definition to that. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure, because there are certain countries that thrive on the exploitation of the natural environment for them to to sustain or to promote economic development. But again, on the other hand, we have a situation where we need to ensure that we promote good environmental management practices, so that even as we are doing that, we are thinking of the future. Victoria Falls has been here for, so, I mean,
Right.
as long
Right.
as the world has been there. But if we don't manage the resource today, it simply means that in the next 20 years, the entire place will be will not be there. So what we are basically saying is that we need to promote good environmental practice, even as we utilize or extract or use the natural resources that we have, so that we achieve environmental sustainability.
As a cultural heritage director, who do you report to?
Pardon?
Who do you report to?
I report to the ministry, definitely, because this is a statutory body, and we are responsible to government in terms of protecting and managing cultural and natural heritage.
Perfect. Say, how would you describe the significance of the impending United Nations World Tourism Organization's General Assembly to you as a destination, to Zambia as a destination?
For us, I mean, this is when we heard that Zambia had won the bid, Zambia and Zimbabwe had won the bid to host the United Nations World Tourism Organization General Assembly. We received it with so much enthusiasm, because we know that this is one of the greatest, biggest gathering, of people involved in tourism. And the beauty of it all is that the General Assembly is basically taking place at a site which is renowned for its unique geological formation, unique for its natural beauty. So for us as a country, as an institution, it's a lifetime experience.
And in its history, generally the United Nations World Tourism Organization has had one host as a country, not two hosts. This makes this affair quite unique in that there are two hosts and two countries. How has it been working with the Zimbabwean government?
Well, I will speak from the heritage, point of view. The site is basically co-managed by two countries, Zimbabwe and Zambia, and I happen to sit on the joint technical committee that looks at the management and conservation of the site. And from our work experience, I think it's been our colleagues across the river have been so fantastic. Everything that we do about the site, we do it jointly, and that's possibly the more reason why this was more like we are co-hosting. And the idea is that the Victoria Falls, co-managed by Zambia and Zimbabwe, and co-hosting the WTO, to us really is a greatest achievement.
I'm getting a very positive note from you. So would you say it's been a positive experience, or would you say there are challenges and opportunities that could have been or should have been explored?
For sure. I mean, to us, you find that I am so much biased towards the World Heritage Convention, because that's what the institution ascribed to. And if, under the World Heritage Convention, the UNESCO tries as much as possible to encourage state parties to submit nominations to UNESCO for inscription on the World Heritage Sites by so many countries doing it jointly. So you find the situation where South Africa, Swaziland, or Lesotho will be encouraged to do a joint nomination. And again, that it means that we are basically promoting cooperation among its countries, and ultimately we are promoting international peace, which the United Nations stands for.
Right. That is in the credo of the United Nations, we as the community of the world. Um, would you do it again?
Hmm, that's a good question. For sure. Looking at the positive, experiences and looking at what we have seen
It,
and what we are going to go through, for sure, we can
interesting
try
pause
it.
that you made there. Would you care to elaborate? Say no more.
Yeah, for sure.
Is Zambia, my final question, is Zambia still Zimbabwe's poorer brother?
No, no,
That's it.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.